kumina ma musician kapa baba bata ma musician kapa kibaba ncha kapa kibaba hulu. Anything that you do, it is for your survival. Kima pire wa mina. Hai wa kuli amula telemila yeswanea. You are going to be popular but poor. Mukazibaha kono, you are going to remain poor. But inge batels are pina zamina. They like it. Why? Kuli pina has papa of INPC. If it is not registered with NASCAM, if it is not registered with our office, INPC bakana bazi papa. But at the end of the year, baba mbaka fumana mipuzo ya bona, wali pina za bona, you pina ya how yescam or iso yescam to registered in NASCAM. Hakuna soka fumana fate. Ki process ye retain niyo na yeo sori kuno metusa through this organization kuona kuli ka fera ma musician baba opera pina whatever type of music, not only music, ka fera ma industries ya. We are even busy right now with copyright. There was a big meeting which we had here. Some investigators were sent from Window by the president to investigate about the copyright and intellectual property rights, how we benefit and how we are missing the benefits. Kona kuli, kafela onazeze wezaze, this one have to be registered, this one have to be protected. If it is not registered, it's not protected. Hakuna zemu kafumana fali mpozami na zemu na nizona. And this is very, very serious. Baba muba uzoma projects ya watu. You can come up with a very good idea, but if your idea is not protected, someone is going to take that idea, nikuyo mwola ande muba zivera, seri idea ya hai. Ukatopona kara, na babu kina na kanile mulelo. Tuanape yale twani. Because you did not register that, which means it's not protected. Kona kuli mulelo ni mulelo. Any idea, it should be protected. Kona musebezi wayo na organization ya baza wikezi zoye. Milawe ite nika le mamuso. Vaini bisi ukandekeleka le niko na faba committee ya music and dance. We need to have a meeting with NBC presenters. Kulipina ka fera zeka na zeka fa NBC. Va music vaka tembo kale. They must have a record sheet. Kuziba kulipina zingozwi zingolisu kwa na skamu bana nikuzitikinyanga. Ili kuli maferezo akweli luzibe kuli vale ni vazo na lipina vafumana sherengi kapatwani. So kiona msebezo wabo na bahape. So there are so many things that we need to do, but we need you colleagues to start from the procedures that we have been saying should be followed. So I think you are going to go to the idea ya mko kwa wakati huo ni kuweza share information ni kuli mapepa application form yale baba batakutazeleza. They must come to the office bakale tutazeleza lukale kwa teni lipu lubone kuli seko yeta. We are left with 2 circles, circle 3 and circle 4. Kuna kuli mama circles ya manea, we need people to submit my application in Luziro kuli baba kai maza bezirigini baba kai is sent baba kata zile za forms ya, so that at least we can start. Alusa lata za kukulela kule na fera. We want to really start implementing things.
Chief Kaputungu Jr. I just want to testify to a lot of things that my brother Bobby was saying. Understand? I'm the true agent of working hard, not getting money. What was going on? I've been working with so many industries in terms of music. I'm a music teacher. I'm a producer at the same time. I'm an artist. I've been in so many choirs, starting from childhood. So many choirs, not only in Katima, but in Namibia and international. And I've been promoting young ones. Artists, the group of White Tolaga, they're from my hands. The dancers, the likes of Eliphas, they're from my hands. The time when Flame, Dana came in Katima, when the likes of Eliphas was picked from grassroots to go and perform in the arena. So I didn't work for money, and I'm not working for money. I'm always picked under the schools through this office. So now let's find out what is introduced. Now I'm given a project under these guys to go in schools, promoting choirs, teaching choirs on how to sing. Since 2001, Mr. Kambinda was my math teacher at Maguruma. He was my math teacher at Maguruma. So I've been attending a lot of pre-music education. There was a time when I was with Mr. Mwemba in the office. So he told me, what is lacking Kuluna Mazambe? It's education. We have the talent, yes. The talent we live with it. We are all gifted differently. But now, how do we explore? It's because we do not know where to go, right? And again, we do not have that knowledge. So at least today we are meeting here. Last year we had the same workshop. The same workshop. We had the same workshop last year at Kamono Village. But people were only few. We are only few. Due to what? We lack that information. And number two, when it comes to the information that we need to have, I'm an artist. You have this one down. Still not matter what Pamela Kotakani on your time. Look out. Okay, don't copy what somebody knows. At least try to learn it in the process. Then after learning that, that's when you can explore. That's how it works. Call me very careful. So now, when we go to Manakuri, today I want to become a musician, but I do not have the motive. Why do I do that? Sakapina, another Sakapina, Kopse Bunda, Petoninzi, so let's try by all means that how visual and some but I suggested when it comes to music, I told Mr. Mwemba about music education. That my father was saying. In the olden days, they were learning music in schools. They were learning everything when it comes to art, designing, and everything. They were learning those things in schools. Last year, I had a regional competition under ACC, that is Anti-Corruption Commission, in schools regionally here, when I was directing the CSS members. We went up to Rundi, we competed with the likes of Alton Bamba, Senior Secondary, and Kanjimi Morani. CSS became number 2. We went up to Swakopmund last year on the national level. CSS became number 6 due to what? They lacked that. Understand? Yes, we had it, no more. We had it, but now the exposure became less. Because we were competing with the people that are already exposed. They go to South Africa for music education. And after doing that, they don't carry. Yes. One day around now. That's when the money can come. That's when the money can come. If we work for money, it means we do not know what we want. The process becomes less. If I'm no, that's shortcut. That's very shortcutting people. So let's go over here and a shortcut. We have to be very honest. At the end of the day, sharing me of money. Like my brothers there were asking me, apparently, my sharing of money. When the grant is given, one, they will need to be sell. Mazam said, what you are doing with that money? Because what they call audition and design on top of that. I can get the 30,000 today. After getting it, what do I do with it? The process of applying, I can finish it. But now, what do I do with 30,000? That is process here. There's what they call short-term process and long-term process. But when you are given the money, that's a long process, right? But now, at the end of the day, the kamani. That's what we are lacking in Katima. In Katima, it's working. So that kind of music, we have the talent, but now Uzwa is the one that is controlling us. So let's do away with this. Let's have patience. After patience, that's when we can get what we want. That's when the fruit can come at the end of the day.
Let me speak specifically to the artists that I know, my friends that are in music industry right now. Laziness that is said, it's there. To Pangaput, we have a studio time. We have studio video, and then you record a song. After recording a song, what you do, you take your song, you give it to your friend. The other friend gives to the other friend. But now, we indulge ourselves too much in alcohol and drug abuse. My mother always says this to me. Until the day that you are going to self-respect yourself, evaluate yourself, your life will never move forward. Because now check, at the end of the day, we can drink. White people, what they do, I'm sorry, but it's not only white people, but now civilized people, what they do. If you segment your time properly, it's okay. From Monday to Friday, studio time from this time to that time. You don't mix your studio time with anything. Business with pleasure, don't do. Once you, with music, a lot of people we are going to die with that talent. You remember when I think there were two people who were given info. God will give you a talent in order for you to become somebody like me and you. I give you $10, I take a $10. Now, because in May I want to use my $10 to go and buy skunk. What do? I buy skunk, I smoke. But now the other person goes and buys skunk. I'm sorry guys, I'm not trying to promote the sales of drugs. I'm just giving an example, which is not even supposed to be there in that line. So you are given the $10. You take $10, you give to somebody, he buys airtime. You tell the person if you get the $10, you buy airtime. When you bring it back, you bring me $20. Because that's of matter. And then you has no airtime. So now the benefits, that person benefits, you benefit twice, you benefit double. Because the person brings the $10 back, you have the $20. And then you do the same thing again to the next person. You see, so now that's a talent. You are promoting your own talent from small up until where it is. There's a book that I read. It's about patience. There's a man who moved from South Rhodesia to Northern Rhodesia. He was from Northern Rhodesia. He went to South Africa with his wife. So now he grew. In the book it says having patience like potatoes. That guy shortcut. That guy he grew potatoes. Everything, his farm got burned. People tried to help him to come and help him to dim the fire, but he couldn't. But Zunamu took another seed. He still grew potatoes. Even when the government said that no, there was what we call El Nino back then, drought. But that guy, he persevered. That guy, he grew those potatoes until they grew. The government came and they said, but how did you manage to do that? He told them, his patience. Let's try, when you go to studio time, have a vision of what do I want the music for. There's a lot of people currently now, they are busy saying, no, I've seen that guy start his music, and I know where he started his music, that boy. But when they released that song, I was at the wedding, I was emceeing it at the wedding in that side of Kapalikwan. One boy comes to me, tells me, it's artificial intelligence. I said, my friend, sometimes leave those, my perception, I'm negative vibes. Whether it's artificial intelligence or not, as long as he now is moving a state channel in order, he knows what he wants in his music. Let's try and hold each other's hands and move forward. Let's leave pleasure when it comes to what you want to achieve in life. We win.
Zetere kwa tashinje. Ane ni ndifani mkwemba, mnasi abakapa, ni tereza hulu. Senili eni, zalo na virusile zalo. Na hankasha, kikutua katuna kuziba kuli, kandi lusinga lwako na kualafiwa. Mkuwa, wala lusinga kono hakoni, alvi. Kuswala inge mtu, ya kulasi kute. Kute inge musi alafi ya kona fanya, mlango kuhulu nge mahali mwale. Alobani. Mutu utabile kimuwayo. Mutu sakati ya niteo. Musiyamu wayo wale. Ufone mtu yo. Nima kuwa kwa waeleze. Utame ya kasi fratera, usinga. Mina tutoto anya tuchinama. Tuchakate zilisako na le. Onafanya tucha. Toyenge kapazo ha. Mwani ulea tuana. Abu mazo mati ni. Gayo watu liya. Kuna mtu wa musu yenda. Tuanzo. Wala uzumana manifadisho mani kito. Tuazwa. Viponato na. Isi kama vipo tuazwa ande. Tuwe bakisa kuli makua. Batilo bonaje. Art culture. Sani kisi zo kipu ya kwa university nisia kwa yuna muna bati. Kisi zo nina ni rushika ndo ndeni kuyerushika. Tuwe muna yo. Kato mchapu
United, and then we make sure that the first part of the membership is done. After that part, then we start now with the application, the form which we need to fill in, then we do. In fact, that will be one of the jobs that we should be doing in our office there, is to make sure that we help the individuals how to fill in this thing, we help the organization how to fill the form, we help the groups how to fill in the form. But we cannot do that if you are not a member. My brother.
Sorry, that's an advice that we ran through the Ministry of, I think it's the Ministry of Youth. It was not in Swakopmund. So we had, that was one of the after the class was started for us. So we had an event that we held as young people in Swakopmund. Trust me, that event, it changed somebody's life at the moment that we speak. There was a guy, this boy, the mother got married at the clinic in Tamariskia. The boy was still small, so since the mother left, she never came back home. And then, so that day when they came for those editions, that boy sang a song that touched many people's hearts. And since that day till today, that boy is a professional artist right now as we speak. So I came to assess a lot of things in regards to the musicians right here in Zambezi region is that, we produce music just to stay in our homes or maybe for our immediate friends just to listen to. When you see guys like the Fuyo, those guys on platform. So, but that does not mean that the Fuyo had to sit down and try to source out funds from wherever he did. He also went through these platforms. So now this is one of the best initiatives that you guys have come up with. I'm sure this will take us very, very far because there's a lot of people with talent that are here, but now we didn't have the platforms on how to empower ourselves. So it's something that will inspire, that is going to inspire us, that is going to move us forward. So guys, $100, I'm sure if you're an individual, I don't think $100 will be a problem. As you can see the number that is here, I'm sure there are other people find guys that are lovely because they are trying to use such initiatives. Let's just get the $100. We get together, the young people. If you don't have it, you can always create groups. Like it's okay. Where a group of young people, somebody that's only $100, you spearhead, you bring them in. You spread the message. Not only them to spread the message, but we as the ones that really want this information.
Blind people play with that.
Let's give to other people. Let's go. Speak, motivate somebody. Talk soccer. So not watch it. Next time we will not be here. They'll have to go and look for a bigger space because we are hungry for that. Don't only come here for money. Come here because you really want that. Because once you do it for money, then it means that's not the passion. But now, if you have passion for something, it's there, it's deeper, it's in there. Then it means that you can always use that passion. You can always use talent. Guys like this old man,
Even in schools, things have changed. Mami tenye ono ya namba ya sare kabatanga. Leo yangu masikolo mwevi inanga. Nekuna nema period. Akwela. Akufira fande. Akuveta. Neliyo le manga nekusina mkulu ni mwevi muka kizito. Neliyo le manga mkulu ni kwa. Kwa kalumba kwa ni wewe mama mkulu. Utolu hali. Dukare akuna mdala wakala na sina kwa ni mkulu. Kana samu la mera na sikuwa samkala. Tuwe kazeni yeku mzee kute kwa kikolo. Mwali na amalo kupira una masafi kakai. Ne vidangu nyamka marudija. Sikawa kale Zimbabwe. Hakuna class NS na periodi akuitwa play guitar with Bob Marley tuna kwenda. Mani church kuna ni makwaya weekend kwa baada kwa prepare kuli wiki hiyo ya church tuna batopera bayitukisirize. Ikaze please muzo na zikute dio karera bari korwani. Hasa utaka kwa kwano we are already experienced zile pesa. Unafaa kulinzi kwa mioyo. Msiza leo ni makweza ni makwa scotch haya kuni ya kuwekea kuona. Ikaze vitu usafi eranga kusina mahara kwa kone ndio mazoho ngelo opera tupina twani folomani yeye folomani wa na kiena mlo fombre ya mti ya mezi nge mfira ikaze kila kutoka kuli maria askava fera amba evento yetu tili kwa banana kwa anyile kuomba kona mtu akakanga ngikana kali yangile kumbrezi kana mwanangu kwa kaseso kali yangile mwana kukukale liwo aliyangira mnanza kusonera kwizibira likazeni kuli hana yakutaka kwana sona ni experience wali za music za miropa following na famu dala na asa za basukumu na kona ngani amahale mama nyalo kutuma muzi kimusali kamusali kana sukumu tundiri kona bana mama wala muzuba kutuma bana kwa muna kama mpo mtuna mfililizi tele lakini na bafelelezi mina mubone kuli mtoyo mwa hasanya ikute yo kala from background event ya kutoka kwa fasuma Maria askaba fela mba.
These writers and the directors CV kafela zozo sonakugeza almost the same ni project yona more batokwa wanalika wanazenze batokwa certified copies ya IT sonakwateni kafela masivi sonakwateni mwa grupu ni masivi abale babayizi ma committee kafela wana members bana bayizi ma committee abakozi ma grupu kutukwa masivi yabona ni ma copies ya ma IDs yabona then organization niona zato kwa lazeo zetu kwa side yemwe kona abazi mozi mo kona kuli kwa organization hata kusato kwa hala ma bank statement latest recent original bank statement of the organization not more than 1 month then kutoka hala certified copy of the organization registration mwingo lisinde kwa pipa ni kupa kimateni ho kiza organization zeo kona kuli kizenga tazeto kwa mtu kwa kuziziba likazeo kona sisi kuli ubone kuli utweka fana nikumi bulera pono ya muso kuli pono ya muso babata kuli